welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another news video. That's a lie, we're taking a look at a game review, and this game review is all about Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, an anime game that we have been playing on the channel. We have played 3 anime games entirety on the channel, which has been, obviously, My Hero, I forget what it's called, My Hero and Demon Slayer, and now we have just finished Naruto Ninja Storm 4. Yes, I know we started on 4, but I don't have access to 1, 2, or 3, so we have to start on 4. And it is just like any other anime fighting game. It is a 3v3 fighter where you can take on multiple other enemies. There is a lot of different game modes, from unlocking different rewards, to playing with your local friends, to playing online, and to having a decent story. This story does take on the fight of the Madara returning. It's that entire fight with Obito. That is the length of the story that this takes place over. And I'm not going to spoil the story for you here, but pretty much it is very repetitive, with having to fight Madara a good several times through the levels. There's like 20 levels, so it isn't a long game, but the buttons aren't very openly expressed to you on how to use chakra, especially in the special missions and the alternative levels where you're not just fighting, you are flying around in these big mech suits trying to shoot the enemy down, whether it be Kumara or Sasuke's giant fighting samurai guy. You know, the buttons aren't really explained for those levels, so I feel like I had a lot of struggle and trouble with them, you know? I feel like that was the main issue that I had with genuinely not knowing how to recharge my chakra, with it being hold B. Because I play at Xbox, I could convert that to PlayStation, which is circle. Unfortunately, I cannot convert it to keyboard or Switch because I don't believe the game is on either of those 2 platforms. So, there you go. With it being me playing on Xbox, and it does have the options for sub and dub, which I do appreciate. You can listen to the voice actors in sub, if that's what you like, or you can listen to it in dub, which is genuinely what I prefer, and I feel like what Naruto is most well known for. I feel like most people watch this one in dub compared to the sub, because the voice actor for Sasuke also does the voice for Spider-Man from the PS4, PS5, and Miles Morales game, and he also plays Ben 10 in Ben 10 Omniverse. So he's a very big voice actor, and a lot of people should know him from wherever in their life, as he has done some very big things. I also do enjoy this game. I think the story is pretty cool, and the swapping between levels is really interesting as well, with us slowly following a path and then deciding whose path you want to take down first. You can either go down Sasuke's path or Naruto's path. I also liked the art style and the cutscenes, with it being its own 3D animated adventure, where sometimes it also is literally just screenshots of the anime with a filter over the top, so it doesn't look as good, but they do show at least some effort with some of the redone 3D animated areas, where it's all 3D to match the characters that you play as. All the character models and character rigs are really cool as well, with decent hitboxes, and I feel like depending on what character you choose, depends on how good you are. Because I have had games where I'm fighting Madara, the same villain, but I'm using different characters to fight him. I'm a lot better with Sasuke and Obito compared to the wooden dude, like the first Hokage, or Naruto. I feel like Kakashi's pretty weak as well, but Might Guy is also really good. So that's just my sort of notices with the characters. Some of them are a lot better to use than others, feel a lot smoother, and dodge is really awkward to use as well, turning into that wooden jutsu, to like the swap place jutsu, I forget its name, where you just turn into that chunk of wood. That's a little awkward to use, and to try and do like an ultimate move as well is a little awkward. When you're playing locally, instead of in story and online, playing locally and using these like basic 3 times X move, it has a little animation to it, and it can sort of distract you from the game, and it does take you out of it a little bit, because you can get a chance to put your controller down and have a little rest. And I don't really like that in fighting games. I like it to be like one continuous flow, so that you don't lose it or you don't have any time to sort of gloat that you're winning. I like to have that constant flow of action, and then you can gloat when you've actually won at the end, instead of once you've hit them with a pretty basic combo. You can use other combos, and there is these sort of gaming tips and options where you can see the controls, where you can press a load of different up, down, left, right, A, B, start together, all that stuff. Those combos, which again feel very rewarding when you do them. And this game is punishing for button bashing. I will give it that, because some buttons do halt your character, stop your move, and make you freeze. So you can charge chakra. So again, it is very punishing for those who do button bash like myself. So with this game, I actually did have to learn a couple of the moves, and you do see that towards the end of my playthrough, where I am actually actively trying to do a couple of combos, do a couple of different moves, and not just spam buttons, because that was the thing that was really ruining me and getting me killed most of the time, genuinely just because I was trying to outmaneuver people and trying to do as much damage in as much little time as possible. I do like the game. I do think the story is pretty repetitive, though, with constantly attacking Madara. He's like the main villain, and you fight him like a good 18 times. It's too many times to fight Madara. It is genuinely upsetting how many times you have to fight him, and I do complain about that in the videos itself on the actual game. But it does have its ups and downs with having all the characters already unlocked when you go into local mode, and you can play as characters that weren't even available in the story. So you can play as Kiba and loads of other characters, and you can change their outfits depending on what you want. There's a couple of DLCs where you can get these characters to have extra outfits, where you can get some of the girls to have a bikini, or you can have some of the guys to have swim shorts, or you can have, I don't know, them in their school uniform, I guess. That's another one. But the extra outfits don't really add much. They're quite boring, and I don't really like them. I just prefer playing the game and being the normal outfits. They all have their hidden leaf attire as well, which is their hidden leaf armor. I don't really like that one. That's the one that I normally swap out, because it is quite boring and basic, and everyone looks very similar with that outfit on. But the loading times don't take that long. It's a very quick game. No loading screens. You're like straight in. It's fast loading, which is appreciated. But other than that, there isn't really much else to comment on, because although it does have an online mode, no one really plays it anymore. So I haven't actually had a chance to play against other people from across the world in the online mode. So I cannot actually rate that or rank that or put it into the game's ranking, as I haven't actually tried it. So I can't make an accurate sort of opinion on it, or I can't talk about it in the slightest. I do like this game, and it is a game that I would play again. I do enjoy it, and the only thing that I don't enjoy is that it wouldn't let me record the last 3 levels, and it was very similar to the Demon Slayer in that aspect, where it didn't let me record the last 3 levels because of secrets that it actually wants you to go play the game for yourself and doesn't want people to spoil the ending. So if you do want to know how this game ends, go check it out on your own Xbox, PC, PlayStation, whatever you want to play it on. And that's pretty much it. So other than that, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. I'll see you all next one. I hope you all have an excellent day. And if you do want me to review any other anime, video games, movies, TV shows, please do leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get on them as soon as possible. But as of right now, that is it. I have watched and played this game, and I have watched this in Naruto, and I can tell you it's very accurate to the anime. It is actually taking screenshots from the anime to put into the story. So it pretty much encapsulates the whole story. But other than that, bye-bye.